scientific technological innovation was taking place in a society that had still not transcended the limitations of traditional culture and politics. Okay, so we are moving at a fast pace. We are moving about we are trying to change everything, but what happened means when we bother about progress, no, so the society has not transcended. Okay, so it stick to traditional culture and politics. So because of that, no, some problem arised. Okay, technology was misused for military purposes. So we invented technology to have some sort of progress and to have some sort of peaceful world. But what happened? That technology was misused for military purposes. Wells, a futurist, predicted this and wrote, okay, The War in the Air of 1908, The World Set Free of 1914, The Shape of Things to Come of 1933. 1933. Okay, so here as a futurist, Wells already predicted that technology is going to be misused. Okay, so he predicted that and he wrote 3 novels. The first one is The War in the Air, the second one is The World Set Free, and the third one is The Shape of Things to Come. Okay, so I'll explain the themes of that 3 novels. See here I clearly mentioned these 3 novels talked about the prophetic ideas of Wells. Okay, he predicted what is going to happen and what he predicted has come true. Okay, so the first novel I talked about, The War in the Air, no, The War in the Air, no. See the theme. The technology of aircraft would be not only used for transportation but also for fighting wars. So he already predicted that. We are bothering about aircrafts, no, that aircrafts we invented to have some sort of transport from one place to another place, but he predicted long back that they are not only going to be used for transportation but for fighting wars also they are going to be used. Okay, so what he predicted that has come true. The second one I talked about The World Set Free. The World Set Free. See the theme here. The latest discoveries of atomic physics would give a source of power and an atomic bomb. So here long back he predicted that. We are bothering about atomic physics, no? Using atomic physics you are going to gain some power, and using that power you are going to create atomic bombs. Long back itself he predicted, and what he predicted has come true. Okay, now see Nana, third novel I talked about The Shape of Things to Come. The Shape of Things to Come. So the outbreak of a war that reduces most of the world to savagery. Okay, so here you know during World War itself 2 bombs, Little Boy and Fat Man, were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they destroyed the entire 2 cities. So if third World War comes, no, we are going to wage wars against each other using atomic bombs. So we are also ready to use nuclear bombs. Every country has now nuclear power. So if a third World War comes, no, entire world becomes, entire world reduces to ashes. That we know. Okay. So he predicted that it is going to happen long back, and we are scared of that. Really, if third world war comes, so using nuclear weapons, using biological weapons, no, we are going to destroy each other. No survival. Entire world becomes to ashes. That we have to bother. So what he mentioned, what he prophesied, what he predicted, everything came true. So when when we are bothering about scientific and technological inventions, no, we have to predict the future, and if any danger is there, no, so to prevent that kind of danger, what kind of measures we have to take, we have to think. So that thing is well talking in this part. Okay, so outburst of scientific and technological innovation and misuse of technology. Okay, now see, there can be no static future utopia. Static means not moving, not changing. Okay, utopia means an ideal state. It can be imagined, but we can't feel that, we can't see that. Okay, a perfect world. Okay, so what is meant by static? Not changing, fixed. Utopia means an ideal state, a perfect world. Okay, we can imagine that, but we can't see that in real life. Okay, so everything changing at a fast pace, no, so he predicted that the future is not going to be static, it is going to change like anything. Okay, see for that best example, when you are in 6th class, no, so you people have used model phones, and then you move to 2G, and then you move to 4G, and near future we are going to use 5G. Okay, first we took the help of horses to travel from one place to another place, then we invented engines, and then buses, and then ships, and then aeroplanes. So first, to communicate, now we took the help of paper, and then we took the help of radio, TV. Now satellite TVs we are using. Okay, so and then we move to internet. Okay, so everything changing at a fast pace. Nothing is going to be fixed. Okay, so in English we have a quotation: the only thing that is constant is change. The only thing that is constant is change. Okay, so Wells realized that once technological innovation becomes the driving force, there can be no static future utopia. Okay, inventions would continue and society would have to keep adjusting in response. Wells became aware that it would be hard to predict the future inventions and hard to foresee the consequences of those that succeeded. Okay, so what he predicted is true. Nana. So because of technological innovations, no, what kind of things we are going to invent, we don't know. Okay, and what kind of consequences the things we invented have on society also we can't predict. Okay, so only he is scared of the future of people. Okay, so what kind of things we are going to invent, no, that may have bad consequences on society. So he predicted that long back. Okay, and see professors of foresight. Okay, so here I would like to say in Telugu, mundu chupu unna ప్రొఫెసర్స్ కానీ ఉన్నట్లయితే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అనేవి రావు. ప్రతి ఇన్వెన్షన్ని దాని కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్ని ముందు చూపుతో చూడగలిగిన వాళ్ళు ఉంటే ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం వస్తే ఆ ప్రాబ్లంని ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేసుకోవాలో అనే టెక్నిక్ని కూడా వాళ్ళు గెస్ చేయగలుగుతారు. ఓకే, సో ప్రొఫెసర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫోర్సైట్ ఇన్ హిజ్ రేడియో టాక్ in 1932, Wells used the example of the growing chaos on the roads. Okay, chaos means disorder, disturbance. Okay, so here it was now obvious that the road network had to be redesigned to cope with the increased traffic. He called for the universities to have progress of foresight to grapple with the unintended consequences posed by future inventions. So here we are talking about progress, no? Already he predicted that. So there was a revolution in the motor field. Everyone has a car. Okay. So what is going to happen if traffic increases? No. So what kind of network we have on roads? No, that we have to change. So according to production, we have to change the design of road network also. But what happened? So if we won't predict that, no, some sort of chaos will be there on roads. Okay, so only he told that we need the help of professors of foresight. Okay, so if we don't have that kind of professors of foresight, no, so everything will be in trouble only. Like that he predicted using his radio talk. He explained that in a clear manner. Okay, so when we are inventing anything, no, what are the consequences of that thing, we have to think. So before inventing vehicles, now we have to think about the design of the roads also. So we were unable to predict that, so only some problem came that time. Okay, is it clear? In his radio talk in 1932, Wells used the example of the growing chaos on the roads. It was now obvious that the road network had to be redesigned to cope with the increased traffic. He called for the universities to have progress of foresight to grapple with the unintended. We didn't intend that, but so to cope with that kind of unintended consequences, we need the help of professors of foresight. Okay, is it clear? So see, Vertigo Years. Okay, so this is a novel written by Philip Blom, Vertigo Years. Okay, so 1914 to 18. What happened that he mentioned in that novel during First World War? The historian Philip Blom calls the early 20th century the Vertigo Years. So what is Vertigo Years means? The early 20th century is known as Vertigo Years. Okay, Wells realized that this state of uncertainty would continue indefinitely, making it virtually impossible to predict what would emerge. Okay, so technology is revolutionizing everything. So every day we are trying to invent new things. So when we are trying to invent new things, no, so what is going to happen, what is going to emerge because of the technology, we are unable to predict. Okay, so only he mentioned that the early 20th century refers Vertigo Years. Okay, so in conclusion, we have to write this. The technophiles hailed their innovations as the driving force of progress, but they do not always foresee what will be intended or what the ultimate effects on society will be. Okay, the technophiles mean the lovers of technology. So they tell that what is the driving force behind the invention means progress. So to have progress only they are inventing this kind of technological goods. But they do not always foresee what will be intended or what the ultimate effects on society will be. So while inventing that good, no, they fail to predict the future. But often they felt that the innovation really is going to bring progress. Okay, for that we can take examples of computers. Okay, so now we can't imagine life without computers and lot more technological gadgets. So we are talking about smartphones. we know radiation. So because of we have seen that robot 2.0, no? So radiation is affecting our lives a lot. So every coin has two sides. Okay. So if we think negatives, no, we can't derive benefits from the advantages. So when we think about technology, lot more negatives are there, but that negatives can be solved using technology itself. Okay, so this is the conclusion. So if you have any doubt, please call me. I'll try to explain it again. Okay, so here the chapter is a little bit clumsy. Even then it is easy if you go through the video and if you read the material twice or thrice. It's easy. Okay, so the entire theme of the essay is nothing but, so the future is changing and it's not going to be static. So the technophiles are trying to invent new gadgets, and that new gadgets, no, they are going to have some sort of consequences, and so to bother about that kind of consequences, no, so we need the help of professors of foresight. So if we have that kind of professors of foresight, no, some problems will be solved. Okay, so as a science fiction writer, no, H.G. Wells predicted so how the future is going to be changed, and what kind of problems we are going to face. He already mentioned, and he took the help of science fiction like the time machine, the invisible man, the war of the worlds, the war in the air, and what he predicted has come true. So only he is saying that we need the help of professors of foresight. So if professors of foresight are there, no, what is going to happen means, if any problem comes also, they'll show a way to solve that problem using technology itself. Okay, so if we can't adapt and change, no, we lag behind in many ways. See, we are now sticking to 4G, but some countries are at present using 6G also. Okay, what work we are doing in 10 minutes, no, that work they are doing in 1 minute. So if we can't keep pace with that kind of people, no, so we'll lag behind regarding development and everything. So only we have to adapt changes, but while adapting change also we have to predict the consequences, and we should be ready to solve any problem that is going to emerge because of that new change. Okay, but if we say no to change, no, we will go to Stone Age again. So only we have to say yes to change, and we have to adapt change, and we have to predict the consequences, and we should be ready to face all the problems and to solve that problems. Okay, thank you.